I'm here with my dog, my teammate. I'm super hyped to have my girl here, two-time WNBA All-Star Kelsey Mitchell. What's good with it? What's up, baby? 7 years, 4 coaches, a playoff drought that seemed endless. Kelsey Mitchell's journey with the Indiana Fever has been anything but easy, but everything changed during the 2024 season. Tell them a little bit about yourself. Oh, me, I'm a Midwestern girl born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. 513 kid. It's kind of tough to come out of where I come from because it's so small, and so you get what you get. It's kind of a dense city. It's not as like a Miami or like an Atlanta, so you kind of get what you get. So I grew up hooping through my family. I come from a family dynamic of just sports. My dad he went to school to play football, same as my mom at Eastern Kentucky, and that's how I was brought into this world. Shout out to your parents. Shout out to your parents. In a candid interview with teammate Erica Wheeler that's got the basketball world buzzing, Mitchell opens up about her roller coaster career and the spark that's ignited the Fever's resurgence. From the pain she experienced last season to the highs of being a WNBA All-Star to what she really thinks of Caitlin Clark and the fans, Kelsey is not holding back. Are you ready to hear how one player's arrival transformed not just a team, but Mitchell's entire outlook on the game? Let's Go basketball was just always a safe haven. I kind of took it from there, just, utilize what I knew about it. And that's how I knew what my lifestyle was, just through hoop. I had friends through hoop. You kind of gain a lifestyle and the rest was kind of history. Yeah, I love that. I look back at it now, I went from Cincinnati and I went up the street to Columbus to Ohio State University, and I was always a homebody, but I knew I wanted to go to Cincinnati. That was clear. And once I became a Buckeye, I kind of chose being a Buckeye. Imagine this year, Kelsey Mitchell, the number 2 overall pick in the 2018 WNBA draft. You're ready to set the league on fire, to lead your team to glory. But instead of championship parades, you're hit with a barrage of losses. That was Kelsey's reality for years with the Indiana Fever. You and Eve both been here for a number of years, right? Yeah. I've been through the tough years. Well, you really got to grind it out. What are you at 7 years here? All 7. All 7. You ain't never been to another team. I'm a Fever girl. 7 years, and how many years? So I was here from 2015 to she was my bet. Hey, wait, don't count my age right now on TV. Don't do that. Don't do me like that. You know what I mean? I still look good for my age. When Mitchell first arrived in Indiana, she was full of promise and potential. The Fever had high hopes for their new star, but little did they know the challenges that lay ahead as the seasons rolled by. The wins remained elusive. The Fever missed the playoffs not just once or twice, but for 7 straight seasons. One season was so bad they only managed to win 5 games. Can you imagine the weight of that disappointment? But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the team's struggles, Mitchell's individual talent shone through like a beacon in the darkness. She wasn't just good, she was consistently great. From 2018 to 2023, Mitchell averaged over 16 points per game. That's not just a hot streak, that's half a decade of elite scoring. The first 3 years, you can kind of sum it up. You ain't got to give me a long story. I was there with you for 2 of them. So kind of give me what that rough patch was like. And then we can kind of skip through and get to where you're at right now. But personal success can only mask team frustration. For so long, Mitchell, ever the competitor, found herself questioning her future in Indiana. The points were piling up, the accolades were coming in, but something was missing. In her own words, the points were the points, the accolades were accolades, but it wasn't enough. That team, winning team, not individual team. You can feel the hunger for collective success in those words. Yeah, I think Indy, those small year 1 through 3.5. Well, let me just say this. I went through my 7 years at Indy. I've had 4 head coaches, so that within itself was kind of no one really knows what an experience of the black stick at the bottom. Trust me, I've been there, trust me. So I was, that's really how I started. Now, let's talk about stability, or the lack thereof. Imagine trying to build a championship contender when the architect keeps changing. That's exactly what Mitchell and the Fever faced. For head coaches in 7 years, 4 different voices, 4 different systems, 4 different visions. How do you find your footing when the ground keeps shifting beneath you? When y'all left, it was still a rebuild stage. So different coaches got hired, and I think that at that point they'll be trying to figure out whether I was keep swimming, if I would sink individually. I'll be honest, I didn't know what would happen in my career. I didn't know how it would turn out, because the points for the points, accolades, but it wasn't enough. That team, winning team, not individual team. And anybody that wanted to compete and be a winner, it's about team. But here's where Kelsey Mitchell's true character shines through. Lesser players might have demanded a trade or let their effort slip, not Mitchell. Her work ethic became legendary within the organization. She was often the first player in the gym and the last to leave day after day. Loss after loss, Mitchell kept pushing, kept striving, kept believing. As the losses piled up, so did Mitchell's determination. She made a choice that would define her career. She decided to be part of the solution. It's one thing to stick around when times are good, but Mitchell's loyalty during the tough years, that's rare, and in 2023 that loyalty finally paid off. After years of individual excellence overshadowed by team struggles, Kelsey Mitchell received the validation she so richly deserved. She was selected as an All-Star for the first time in her career. It was a moment of triumph. A recognition not just of her skills, but of her perseverance through years of adversity. I didn't know what All-Star was going to look like for me. I never really put it on, not necessarily. It wasn't a goal. I just knew I needed to train to do what I need to do to keep my name, like I said, you in defense mode, and everything you do at that point. And so when I got the first, and I was like, really? I got a call from the WNBA, you get the call. Bro, but you wasn't even hype, you was just like, yeah, I'm going to WNBA, or something when I'm in the locker room, yo, hey, thanks for watching, and subscribe my channel.